Hello everyone. I'm going to be showing you how to achieve hexagon cake board because I do not have one and I need my cake to look like hexagon shape by the time I'm done decorating my cake. I already have my baked cake here. I have my 9 inches cake, round cake here, and I need to achieve it in hexagon shape. So what I do is I need to cut out 8 inches hexagon cake board. So I place my ruler on my 14 inches round cake board. Place your ruler there and you mark out your 8 inches on the cake board. Use your pen. Start from your 0 and you have your 8. It actually doesn't matter. You can place your ruler anywhere on your cake, on your board, but just placing it in the middle, and I have my 8 inches marked out. And what I do after marking out my 8 inches is I mark half of 8, which is 4. I make sure my pin, my protractor pin, is on my 4 inches. Once it's on my 4 inches, I take my pen to where the 8 inches is, where I have marked out initially. Make sure you do not lose the line. At this point, you can pull off your ruler, remove your ruler, and you take your protractor and give it a round shape. You have to be careful so you don't lose that shape. You give it that round shape. Once you give it the round shape, you can see what it looks like. So we actually have our 8 inches round here. And from here, you can place your protractor pin on any part of the round line because we are trying to mark out 6 lines. Make sure you do not touch your protractor and make sure the lines are still like the way it is. So I'm just going to place it on any part on my round line and use my pen to give it a mark. You turn it the other way, you do the same. Then at this point, you can put your protractor pin on the line you have marked. You do the same thing until you achieve your 6 lines. And that is the last one. And so once you're done marking out your 6 lines, you use your ruler to join the points you have marked out. You have to make sure your hands are straight. You join the lines you've marked out. So that is 1. Do not forget your hexagon has 6 points. Make sure your hands are straight. And you connect your last one. And now we have a hexagon shape. And at this point, we take our blade and we start cutting out. Make sure you still put your ruler on the line so you have a straight line. And make sure your hands are straight. So at this point, we have our hexagon shape. You're just going to push it out. I think I have one more line which I did not cut. Just going to do that. So now we have all our corners cuts, and you can see what our hexagon shaped cake board looks like. So from a 14 inches round cake board, we've been able to achieve 8 inches hexagon cake board. And at this point, you can have your hexagon cake board placed on your cake. Then you can trim out, and once you do that, your cake comes out in hexagon. So at this point, we have our hexagon cake board on our 9 inches cake, and I'm just going to be trimming out the edges so we can get a very straight cut. So make sure your hands are straight and just trim. Make sure you just go straight down, and that's it. I do the same thing to all the edges. Make sure your hands are straight. This knife, I feel this knife is not sharp enough, so I'm just going to be switching to my more serrated sharp knife. So at this point, we have our hexagon shaped cake here. It's looking so pretty, and I'm just going to pull up the parchment paper we have at the bottom. You can see what our cake looks like. It's looking so nice, and I'm just going to trim the bottom of the cake before I start stacking the cake. I already have one which I cut out initially. You can see what it looks like. So we already have a 8 inches red velvet cake. I'm just going to stack everything. I have one more which I'm going to cut, and I'm going to stack everything together, and I'll show you what the design looks like once I'm done.